You didn't believe Jesus, Tesla, or Buddha either. Yeah, none of us did. That was the title of a message that I received from Wilhelm on October the 13th of 2022. But it'll probably make more sense to you today, and it does for me as well. So I'm going to explain, I'm going to read it to you. And I know that it will probably help you today because I also saw that someone just scheduled a private channeling session and they said, I want to check in on my life. And I know that a lot of people are feeling that currently and for a while probably, and you're questioning what's happening with you and what's going on in our world. And so I'm going to give you that information. And also, I'm going to talk about this because my assistant was asking about this. People were wanting to know on the Gaia channeling conference, what am I talking about? What am I going to be doing there? And I told them again that I'm going to be speaking on planetary ascension. But see, that's something that we all go through, ascension in our own lives, and that's what we're doing. But the world is doing the exact same thing, but you may not have understood it, so that's why I'm going to talk about it, and that is why I will be doing and channeling that this coming Saturday when I'm in Colorado at Gaia. But this message you will love, and I'm going to read it to you, and you'll get so much out of it. Please subscribe to this channel if it's your first time here and share it with others. And if you enjoy the information, put a like on it. It'll help it grow because things will be changing pretty quickly, especially after I do the next presentation. But you will love this message, and it'll explain so much about what might be happening for you, how we evolve as humans and as a civilization and as a world. So we will get that information. But the reason that they use those names is because they're ideas. Those people came into the world and brought information that could cause us to live better lives and create a better world. But do we always believe them? No. And so this message will help you so much. You didn't believe Jesus, Tesla, or Buddha either. October 13th, 2022. You didn't believe Jesus, Tesla, or Buddha either. You have moved into a new phase of your restructuring, so we have decided to reveal much more. Roger would like us to apologize for the length of this message, but it was necessary. We will provide this in pieces. As we have said, it takes time for you to accept who you are and who you have become. You could not hear us thoroughly before because Roger was not revealing all as you have not done with your physical life journey. So many of you have understood us and questioned why we knew what was happening in your life. It is because Roger is a mystic. He hesitantly mentioned this to you, but we will go a step further so you understand. We had him find a message. We had him find an article that explained it all. And it was not accidental we led him to Oprah. And then we go here and you see that it's just a piece of the article that is... Oops, that's not working. Here it is. A mystic is someone who has an experience of union with the One, and the One may be God, it may be Mother Earth, it may be the cosmos. That experience is rare, but everyone has them, I think, where you momentarily forget that you are a separate ego, personality, self, and you experience your interconnectedness with all that is. That was from one of the contributors. Now we will leave a message we provided on this subject more than 2 years ago, but you might hear us today. You didn't believe Jesus either. It took Roger an incredibly long time to allow us to use those words, as he never wants to be controversial. But we, on the other hand, don't think quite in that manner. We always aim to provide information that might ease your physical life journey. Understand that Roger began consciously receiving our information in 1988, and none of you were involved. We said consciously because he, like all of you, has guides with you your entire life. But you pretend you do not hear their guidance. In 2005, when others began reading our words, Roger continually censored what we might say. He thought he was doing that protect you somehow, but actually he was avoiding being himself, as each of you has. Okay, side note, in 2005 was when I had this dream that I was meant to bring into the world some idea, some movement, something that was going to help the world change and evolve and become more. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And I put it away and just tried to avoid it. We've all done that because that dream was quite vivid. You've had one as well. The other day we gave you a message about dying, which was a precursor to this one. Roger thought we were leading him back to that one this morning, but we were not. We wanted him and you to see another, and please pay attention to the date as it corresponds to your world now. To explain the title of this message, we meant that your only fear now is your impending physical death. Jesus and we said that never occurs. But as Roger was guided through this message, what you are asked to do is change and be yourselves finally. Yes, we are yelling. Tragedies. November 16th, 2015. This one will require contemplation on your part. Times of tragedy always occur, and in what may seem strange to you, they also cause you to evolve. This is true in your personal experience and that of your world. You find this difficult to know or believe as you are in the midst of the tragedy, and it is precisely at those times that you would do well to study your history, including your personal history and that of your world. You will see periods where millions of people perished, or you personally suffered a great loss. They eventually led to a new awareness and, thus, evolution. This has occurred and will occur throughout your history and that of humankind. Your job now is to hold the belief of your expansion and your world. The icing on the cake will be the message we provided on this date in 2012. Nothing is accidental, and it is only a matter of time before you come to accept yourself, and we have provided everything to enable you to do so. You will also understand why we have urged Roger to change the price of our program, for each of you must honor more of who you have become to have a more significant impact in your world. October 13th, 2012. Your personal value continually increases as long as you are in physical form. This can be thought of as your chronological aging, which often in your society takes on a somewhat negative connotation. The concept of your value increasing escapes your awareness simply because you have focused on your past and seen what you would term as your failures, mistakes, or disappointments. All those incidents are precisely what causes your personal value to increase. Not only do you possess greater awareness and wisdom that allows you to make choices now that serve you more, but you can also pass on that information to others with less experience. This is to be cherished. And what that entire message is saying is that we each come into the world to offer something, and we evolve when we do that. We don't live forever, but we all have something. And I was obviously meant to become this mystic and a sage and a prophet, and I received information that turned into a philosophy called Your Life Operating Instructions, which I turned into a program called Your Last Development Program, because I knew that I had consolidated, I had received all the information about personal development, self-actualization, and ascension that anyone could possibly need. And they will expand, and they will heal, and they will contribute to the world because they will become themselves. That's what happened. But the reason those messages came through that way is because I wasn't willing to own it, just like you. But what happened was I downloaded this information, and when I meet with someone, the reason I ask for their birthday, for instance, is because you are connected. There's a divine plan for your life, and I've been given that plan. I can say that because I can always see it. And the person who sent the scheduled this session this morning gave me their birth date. I can see the things that have gone on in their lives and where they are now, and where they might be a little stuck and questioning what's going on. That is something that an ability and a skill that I developed, and I didn't want to do it. I'm saying that because I resisted it all, as you might resist. I didn't even want to do private channeling or public channeling, and until I saw, wait a minute, the world's changing, and I have this information, and people will understand. We're creating this new world, and that's how. And the way that we do it is by you becoming your best self and owning who you are. So when I said I'm talking about planetary ascension, you must understand when we go through an ascension in our individual lives, all of our old stuff comes up. All of these things in our history and our ancestors and all, they come up within us. That's the ascension journey, you figuring out your life purpose. And you have to, because it's in your consciousness, it's nowhere else. But there's a collective consciousness as well, and we all put something into it. Sometimes we put things into it that we don't want to have because they didn't serve us before. And so what I was told is I was given a new philosophy that could bypass all of that, meaning that every person is born with worth and value. I was given a clue, a guide for them to find that, and as more people do that, then our world starts to heal. I thought that doesn't even make sense, except it was proven on me because I healed. And physical ways that didn't even make sense. You have the ability to do that as well. I'm saying this because the only thing that stops us are our limitations in what we think is possible. And I'm telling you that because I didn't think that what I could have done in my life was possible. The things that I've healed, and now coming up on my 74th birthday, it made no sense, but I'm saying it because I know that you can accomplish that. It's why, and when they kept talking about changing the price of the program, that's come through so many times. In the very beginning, they said I should be charging $5,000. I mean, many people have said that. And I said, no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. We all do that for a couple of reasons. I didn't want to, I said I knew I could answer anyone's questions. I know I can guide anyone to living this incredible life, but do I want to do that? Do I want to spend that much time? How can I handle it all? Well, I'm figuring that out now, and especially when I do the thing on Gaia, where I'm going to be now in front of hundreds of thousands of people where I was hiding before. I'm saying that because you might have done it. It doesn't matter because eventually you start to own yourself, because that's when you have your best life. When you can move into your authentic self, then you're going to make the contribution that you were supposed to make in this world while you were alive, and I know that everyone has it. I cannot convince people to understand that and go for it, but I do know that. And to have me go to that article because I hadn't seen this. Remember that about the mystic because I wasn't willing to say that. I couldn't have told you that I wasn't going to even tell you I was a channel for many, many years. There's an order and in the universe, and that's what I understood, and that's what I was given, which is why I've put out all the different kind of little e-books because I wanted you to see the progression of consciousness over time because that's what Wilhelm has given me. It's not that it wasn't me. It was I was able to download this information, and I did it for 35 years, and that's what turned into this philosophy, and it changes your life, and eventually it'll change our world because it's a new way of looking at everything. It's a new way to live, and it is one that honors every single individual because every single individual has worth and value. Hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe, share it with others, and just leave a good little comment there. See you all soon.